Most folks think you need to remove the wheels from your e-bike in order to change the brake pads. I'm here to tell you, as a bike mechanic, you can do it without removing those wheels, without a bike stand, and I'll show you how to do it fast and save yourself money. Let's get at it. Today I'm going to show you the fast, step-by-step method I use to change out brake pads. It's simple, clean, and at the end of the video, I've got a couple great tips to save you money in the long term. The tools you'll need are a 5mm hex wrench, a pair of needle nose pliers, a tire lever or a blunt screwdriver, and I also recommend some soapy water and a towel for a cleanup. Start by loosening the 2 caliper bolts with your 5mm hex wrench and sliding the caliper straight off the disc. With your caliper in hand, use the needle nose pliers to straighten out the cotter pin, then pull it out. Push on the top of the pads and slide the pads out of the caliper. You'll see that there's a small spring sitting between the pads. Remember how that fit in there, and don't lose that cotter pin. With the pads out, this is the perfect time to wipe down and clean the caliper. Be careful not to touch the brake disc or contaminate the new pads. Once everything's clean, gently push the pistons back in the caliper using the tire lever or a screwdriver. You only need a couple millimeters of clearance for the new pads. Now take your new pads and slide the spring between them. Squeeze the pads together and push the whole assembly into the caliper until the holes line up. Reinstall the cotter pin and bend it just enough that it won't fall out. With the pads in place, reinstall the caliper onto the bike. Now look at that spacer. Most have an arrow or an up showing the correct orientation. Slide the caliper over the disc with the spacer aligned, then tighten the bolts with your 5mm hex. With everything tight, test your work by tipping the bike onto the kickstand and spinning the wheel. A tiny bit of rubbing is normal with fresh pads. They'll bed in after your first ride. So here's those tips I mentioned. Brake pads are cheap. They're usually less than 15 bucks. So I recommend replacing them as preventative maintenance every 1,500 miles. They're not that expensive, and I just showed you how to do this in minutes. And if your brakes are grinding and you're not sure which pads to buy, just use this technique I just showed you to take the pads out and identify the brand and the part number that's stamped on the back. If this helped you out, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've got more videos coming showing you how to maintain your e-bike on the cheap with real world shop tested techniques you can do at home.